அசையும் ஒரு விதத்தை அசையா திருமுகத்தை காட்டிடுவாயே ஈசா உன்னதையால் வரமருள்வாயே.
Vakratundra Mahokaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvighnan Kurumi Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Namah Suryaya Chandraya Mangalaya Budhaya Guru Shukra Shanibhascha Rahuve Ketuve Namaha Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
So, young one, first step. Inhale deeply with Vav. Exhale deeply with C. Sushma, if you know. Follow me through 7 times. Kriya Babaji Namo. Kriya Babaji Namo. Kriya Babaji.
Depends on the Kriya consciousness. Let's do the first pranayam. Inhale deeply with Va. Exhale deeply with C. Nadi, follow me through 7 times. The deep transcendental Kriya consciousness. Let's do the second pranayam. Inhale deeply with Va. Exhale deeply with C halfway through. Follow me 7 times. The deep transcendental Kriya consciousness. Let's do the third pranayam. Inhale deeply with Va to Nadi and exhale deeply with C. Single breath 7 times. Follow me.
We're almost at the final stage of COVID-19. Good things are happening. Let's again pray for the complete eradication of this problem for the end of this year. Hopefully, let's pray Dhanvanti Maharshi through Mahata Babaji and Lord Vishnu. Let's do it 7 times.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalasha Hastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaaya Trailokinadaya Sri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namaha. We've been fortunate enough to see Babaji's Yoga Vedam in English and fortunate enough to translate to give to the world. Hopefully one day we are going to make it as a album and give it to the world. We're almost at the end of the book. And the end, Babaji wants us to have some taste of all the Siddhas knowledge, 18 Siddhas knowledge particularly, and how they are similar to the first initiation of Kriya Yoga. It's very important. That itself can lift you up to all the 16 stages and so on and so forth. So we've been talking about Bhoganathar, who is also Guru of Mahata Babaji, along with Agasthiar. We saw Agasthiar also. And at this point, we've been looking at Agasthiar's songs, poems, and we are off through. All right, let's see a little bit about last week and then we'll continue.
Last class we talked about Bhoganathar Siddha, and this is he's the Guru of Mahavatar Babaji. He's also responsible for making the Navabhasha statue, which is in Parani, in Parani, which is your Lord Muruga or Lord Kartikeya. He is the grandson of Tirumula, who was also the disciple of Kalinganadar. Tirumula and Kalinganadar poems we had done a little bit before. And Bhoganathar was also very famous, known for Gauna Marga, which is flying through the physical body through land. So he was an expert in that, and this is a very specialized technique that was achieved by Sri Bhoganathar, and he was also responsible, like I said before, for the Navabhasha statue. This statue was installed by him to remove all the diseases in the Kali Yuga. He was also very famous for Kaya Siddhi expert, which is for physical immortality, and it was explained by him. And we have Mahatma Babaji, who is the evidence of that. He wrote a book called Saptakandam, which consists of 1,000 poems. It is a very rare book. It has Vedas, mantras, rasavagam, principles of puja, magic procedures, eight siddhis, astrology, astronomy, chemistry, biology, botanical importance, medicines from the mountains, the anatomy and physiology, details of how to achieve samadhi, kaya kalpa, and complete knowledge. So this book has everything in it. From that book, we were looking at the first level of initiation, reference, as referenced in your Kriya Yoga. And again, Bhoganathar talked about Parabrahman, which is Almighty, where your eyes, he compared them to Parabrahman. And he said that this is what is your first level of initiation. It's not difficult to see, or it cannot be achieved. It is what is talked about. By focusing at the center of the eyebrow, it is possible to achieve this Parabrahman and while watching your breath without any movement. This results in complete stoppage of mind, and then one can see the light. One has to be quiet, although the eyes may hurt, but one should not close their eyes and do not stop. And because of this practice, a lot of knowledge can be got. All the 12 steps of Kriya Yoga will be unfolded through this Sukshma knowledge. The eyesight should be joining at the center of the eyebrows. Do it every day. Do not talk about this practice to others. Be completely quiet. Do not argue with others when they refuse to believe that. Make sure that the mind is strong during this practice. Initially, this is a very difficult process, but keep on practicing and do not be disappointed. Continue this, and one day you shall see the light and the deathless supreme life. There is no other practice that is easier to attain this state but this practice. Even by taking many births, this is the only practice that you can get through. A lot of yogis and siddhas have achieved this supreme deathless life only through this practice. One has to be aware that Maya is all around this world, and it is very easy to fall for desire for food, for family members, and desire and attachment of any kind towards food, family members, gold, land. All of them get entangled by this Maya, making jnana rituals by mere words without practicing this is of no use. So all the siddhas, when researched deeply, they come by the same thing. Practicing this first level of initiation, if practiced properly, all the stages will fall automatically. There is no other evidence needed. All the siddhas have said the same thing. That was about Guru Bhoganathar. We touched a little bit on Guru Agasthiar Mahamunivar, who is also one of Babaji's guru, and he is the founder of Tamil language and the Tamil script. Everybody knows about him. He's also known as Lord Shiva's child. And he also started the Tamil Sangam in Madurai and a podium for reciting the Tamil poems. Madurai is a very pious place, and the temple is very popular. And any vidya can be learned, and any vidya to be learned, one has to revere Guru Agasthiar. All the books are very knowledgeable. He has a book that he has written 12,000 poems, and all the chapters and the kayakams that are present have to be protected. Each of these chapters do have 1,000 poems, and in that, one of the chapters talks about deathlessness part, which is your first initiation as Kriya Yoga. And he goes ahead and mentioned that Kriya Yoga, the first initiation, is very, very important. It keeps all the desires away when your eyes are focused at the Manomani, which is your third eye. Focus on it, look at the breath in that place, the third eye will open, and the Jyoti or Prapancham light will be seen. According to
Yes, yeah.
Agasthiar.
One thing I had to mention, and all of you know that Bhoganathar is uh, the first guru of Mahatma Babaji. And then once Bhoganathar instructed all the techniques and tools of meditation, everything to Mahatma Babaji, student and our guru. After that, he said, "I gave you whatever I learned from my guru, that is Bhoganathar Guru Agasthiar." Then he said, I'm going to send you to this Siddhar Agasthiar. So that's why Babaji has to go from Sri Lanka, where Bhoganathar was there those days. And he went to Kuttalam, in one of the places in Tamil Nadu, close to southern part of in South India, in Tamil Nadu. In Kuttalam, Babaji was searching for Agasthiar, and you could not see him so easily. And so he meditated for a day completely. No, he didn't appear. So Babaji was so strong and adamant that he has to meditate and focus on him without any break for 18 days. 18 days Babaji meditated, and ultimately Agasthiar appeared to him in Kuala. So Babaji was so intense. And then there, Babaji was instructed about Kriya Kundalini Pranayam. He sees the history back. Kriya Kundalini Pranayam, with one of the techniques we are using as a pranayam techniques, few other techniques rather. And if some of you know, there are 144 techniques which are given by Mahatma Babaji in many different ways, and we follow only few important techniques as prescribed by him, including asanas. Even asanas are also a few techniques. I think when we talked about asanas, we talked about 18 of them, 18 important poses, and all of these techniques include all 144. Okay, so which you learn from Agasthiar, just to mention the importance of Agasthiar for our lineage of Kriya Yoga. Important. So let's continue. We just read only about few poems. So I'll continue the poems again, and then we'll explain. Okay, further. எண்ணுவதும் முன்னுவதும் கண்டான்மைந்தா, when you say in kan means eyes in Tamil. So remember that the eyes and the third eye he repeatedly mentions. So watch carefully. என்னும் முன்னுவதும் கண்டான்மைந்தா வேபராபர சோதிக்கண்ணை தன்னுடைய குருவென்றே வணங்காமல் தான் தரந்தனில் கோவில்களம் தன்னில் சென்று பண்ணி திருப்பணிகள் சுற்றி நில் மூழ்கி வசித்திருந்த உடலெழுத்து மதிமயங்கி கண்ணு மிகு கண்டிலஞ்சி கலைமயங்கி காமலை கொல்லவில் கலியிட்டாரே. All the desires focused on that, and people follow it without any knowledge. கண்கட்டி கலைமயங்கி போவதற்கோ காமவழி தனில் முழும் கிடைக்கால் புண்பட்டு முடித்ததனால் தன்னை விட்டு பகுதியினை தன்னை சந்தித்தோக்கி நண்புற்ற அகாரமடா அமுதகங்கை நன்மையில கங்கையிலே அவனை சுத்தி பண்பட்டு நயனமே சுத்தி பண்ணி பராபரை வாசல் கருத்தினில்லே இல்லென்ற நிலையேதான் கண்மூச்சப்பா நெற்றி என்ற புருவமடா உச்சமாச்சி. Netri is the forehead, and Pruvam is the eyebrow center. Okay, eyebrow center. Sollendra Sattamada Monamachi, Sodi in the Themoda Janamachi, Sollendra Vasida Yohamachi, Tiruvana Amidamada Banamachi, Ullendra Arivulla Purnamainentry, Yomudivum Golit and Nilipa. Even at the end of the Yuga, we can stay, and this focused on the third eye, the eyebrow center. பண்ணப்பா தியானமது புருவமெத்தி பரஞான கேசவி பாதம் போற்றி இன்னப்பா தவணைக்கு கண்ணைப்பாறு மீஞான சுழிகளை மீவி நெல்லு கண்ணப்பா சுழிமொழியில் மீவி நின்றால் கற்பூர தீமது கண்ணில் தோன்றும் உன்னப்பா பெண்ணாகி பெண்ணாகி தீல தேமடா சுத்தமாமே. So when you open the third, once the third eye is open, because of focus concentration towards the eyebrow center, then you will see the complete light. And your karma will be clean, your body will be clean, be removed. காணவே கண்டிருந்து உன்னை பார்த்தால் கமலமசா பொன்னான் கசிந்ததோனும் எனவே அந்தமும் கொண்டு தேறி விரலாமல் வாசலில் நின்று கொண்டு உணவே வாய் வேறு ஒருமுட்டி பூர்ணமாயிருந்து ரவியில் சேரு தோணவே மனிதனை ரவியில் சேர்த்தால் சுகமாக என்னாலும் வாழலாமே. So this denotes the deathless life when focused on this. பண்ணப்பா செய்வதை நன்றாய் செய்து பக்குவமாய் சல்குவை தியானம் பண்ணி என்னப்பா தானோச்சி காரம் சாரும் இஞ்சியல்ல மூலமதை யாதான் காண்பார் அன்னப்பா பதனமாய் நாட்டம் கொண்டு நாதாந்த சக்தி சிவ பூஜை பண்ணி கண்ணப்பா தான்களை உன்னை பார்த்தால் கற்புத தீபம் மாதிரி காணலாமே. You will see the light as though when you put the camphor, when you light the camphors, kind of light, that's what you see. This is one of the reason in Vadalar, when they open all those 7 tirais, what do you call that? Curtains, 7 curtains, and ultimately you see the Karpura light, the camphor, the light of the camphor. We see the light. Same thing. Agasthiar also is telling the same thing. நன்மைகளை நாட்டம்தான் இருக்க வேணும், நாதாந்த அமிர்தம் சொன்ன வேணும், உண்மையிடம் வாசிகளை கெடுக்க வேணும், உரிமையுடன் பொறுமையை பார்க்க வேணும், தன்மையுடன் பொறுமையை சோதி பார்த்து சதா காலம் பூர்ணமாக இருக்க வேணும், தன்மையுமே தன்மையுமே என்றிருப்பாரு, சிவசிவா சிவயோகத்தை திறத்தை பாரு, பாரப்பா அதியோடத்தம் பார்த்து பதிவான முக்கோண சிங்காரத்தில் காரப்பா கரணிவர் என்று கொண்டு கலையின ஸ்ரீமலை கண்ணோட்டம் பார், நேரப்பா ஸ்ரீமலை பிரகாசம்தான் நேரெல்லா சோதிகடா கண்கொள்ளாது, சாரப்பா செய்தியின் பாதம் தண்ணில் சதா காலம் பூர்ணமாய் தானி நில்லு. So as much as possible, stay there. That's what he says. So remember those days, they used to meditate days and years, even years together. Then they come out and give some words. Just like our Tirumular, who used to meditate for 1 whole year, then he gives 1 song. Right? That's why we have 3,000 poems. Sada kalam purnamai nillu, always stand in the third eye. நில்லடா நிலையிருந்து கலைக்கண்ணை நிஜமான வாசிகளை கண்டமேவி நில்லடா அந்த நிலை சொந்தமாக நின்று மனை கண்டதனால் தன்னை பார்த்து நில்லடா நின்றேகம் சோதி போல நிலங்கம் புருவன உச்சி மீது நில்லடா அந்த நிலை வாசிக்கொண்டு நிரந்தரமும் தன்மையை நீதான் காணே. And Agasthiar says your whole body will become light also. And that is the status of the Babaji. Whole body will become light. Solution. So it will become afterwards. You remember all these, even though it looks like theoretical, Babaji has demonstrated. That is why we see him as a light. காணவே கண்கொள்ளா காட்சி காணும் கருணையுள்ள காவியத்தை கண்டபோது உணவே வாசிதனை என்றாடும் பூரணமும் காரணமும் பொருந்தி போகும் உணவே தானிருந்து உன்னை நோக்கி சுருதிமயமான சுழிதன்னை பாரு உணவே சுழிதனை மணக்கண் வைத்து உறுதியுடன் சோதியை உற்றுப்பாரே. Once you see the light, then you start focusing on the light itself. அகஸ்திய முனி கூறிய இந்த பாடல்கள் ஒவ்வொன்றும் கிரியாகத்தின் மகாபகர் உபசேதத்தை பேச்சினையும் very clearly these songs defines whatever Babaji is teaching us as meditation is the same meditation like in other siddhas also, particularly Agasthiar. Right? மிகவும் அற்புதமாகவும் வெளிப்படையாகவும் கூறுகின்றன. காமினும் மாய வழி நெறித்து கண்கள் இரண்டையும் மூடாமல் மேல் நோக்கி கொண்டு சிவமுனியா பூமயத்தை பார்த்தபடி மனதை சுவாசித்து நோட்டில் நிறுத்த வேண்டும். He's saying the same thing that's like our Bhoganathar also. All right, so remove the desires completely. Look at your third eye with your real eyes. Open your eyes and the physical eyes, and focus towards the Shukshma third eye, and stay there and look at your breath which is coming out from the third eye, not the regular breath, but breath which is looking at the third eye. சுவாசித்து நோட்டில் வைத்திருக்க வேண்டும் என்றும் இவ்வாறு பயிற்சி செய்வதால் யோகமான சித்திக்கும் என்றும் அதனால் சுழிமணியானத்திலிருந்து ஜோதி என்ற பிரபஞ்ச வழியின் தரிசனம் காணலாம். So once you do this for few times and few days and few years, depending on your karmic imprints, you will see the jyoti as a bright light, and your Srimani, your third eye will open, and you get the jyoti. Right? That's one of the reasons why we have Jyotirlingam of Lord Shiva in so many places, representing the jyoti of Lord Shiva. And again, we are a part and parcel of Lord Shiva himself, so that's why, because it's a jyoti in our third eye also. மேலும் இவ்வுலகில் உண்மையான ஞானம் சிவகலை சிவயோகம் பூரணம் தசதீட்சை ரவி மதி ஆகிய பிறரெல்லாம் கண்ணிற்கே என்றும் மனதின் எண்ணங்களை உருவாக்குதல் இவ்வுலகில் உள்ள காட்சிகளை எல்லாம் உட்கொண்டு செல்வதும் கண்கள் என்றும். So whatever they say in different ways, people say ஞானா, Shiva's knowledge, Shiva Yogam, Puranam, Asadichai, 10 Dhikshas, so-called Sun Diksha, Moon Diksha, all of them related to only these two eyes and the third eye. The two physical eyes and one Shukshma eye, which is our center of the eyebrow, where you put the bindi, that place, of course, the exact location is a little deeper inside the head. Okay, remember we talked about the location of Atman as well as location of life itself. All right. இதை அறியாமல் பலர் கோவில் குளங்களை சுற்றுவதும் மனமடங்காமல் see, people don't know this importance of this technique. Without that, sometimes people leave their house, leave their family, and go to different temples, waste the time and everything. Right? You can do all this by doing meditation, by doing third eye, and the same effect like other siddhas. கண்கள் தம் சக்தியை இழந்து விட்ட முன்பு சிவகிரணம் இழந்து விடுமாக. So when you get very old, when the eyes are not functioning, then you can't do anything. So when you are able, you are physically strong, healthy, so start working on this meditation. So Agasthiar says. எனவே கண்களை நித்திய சுத்தி முறை சுத்தம் செய்து பால் கண்களை இமைக்காமல் உயரமுத்தி தூமொழி சிவமுனியை பார்ப்பதாக தெளிவாக கூறியுள்ளார். So it's very important, so you have to keep your eyes very clean. That's why in Kriya Yoga, we always talk about cleansing of the five senses: eyes, nose, mouth, ear, and skin, and all those stuff. Very important. So through these five senses, we can transcend these five senses and then go to the third eye and finally see the Jyoti or the light and so on and so forth. இவ்வாறு தினமும் சர்க்குருவை தியானம் செய்து யோக பயிற்சி செய்து வர தீபதர்சனம் உயிரின் தன்மை அறியலாம். The நிலையை அறிந்து விட்டால் உடல் சுத்தி மனசுத்தி உண்டாகும். So once you get this stage of looking at the light within you in the center of the eyebrows or third eyes, then everything is possible. Everything is possible. இவ்வளவு குருவானவரும் சித்தர்களும் எல்லாம் மூல குருவானவரும் ஆதித்தனமாய் சிவபெருமான அன்பிற்கும் பாசமுரிய ஞானத்தின் நிலையான அகத்தி முனிவர். Agasthiar Siddha is very close to Lord Siddha. He is one of his very close Siddha. And is also called, as I said before, child of Lord Shiva himself. So Lord Shiva incited this to Agasthiar and giving the information to us. Okay, so it's very, very rare. And of course, all of you know that Babaji's guru is also Agasthiar. இந்த முறையை மகாகுருவால் வசிக்கப்பட்ட கிரியாக பயிற்சி முதல்நிலை பயிற்சியாகும். எனவே இதை விட உண்மையை கூற பிற ஆதாரங்கள் வேண்டுமா என்பதே என் கருத்தாகும். So Venkataramanji, the person who wrote this book through the Babaji says, do you want any more evidence? The importance of this first level meditation, which will take you to the higher level. Okay, so that is the Agasthiar's poems, and let's go to the next one a little bit. 707. Okay, a little more time we have. Right, so let's go to Sattai Muni, another 18th Siddha. Sattai Muni is another Siddha. And we almost, I think we have done almost 13 of them. We have very few on 18 siddhas. Sattai Munivar Kuriya Kriya முதல் பயிற்சிகளை. Okay, Sattai Munivar or Sattai Siddha. Okay, Munivar Siddha. Sattai Munivar என்று போற்றப்படும் மகர்ஷியானவர் சிங்கள நாட்டைச் சேர்ந்தவர் என்றும் அந்நாட்டில் தேவதாஸ் வீட்டில் பிறந்தவர் என்றும் இந்த காலத்தில் இவருடைய தாயும் வளர்ப்பு தந்தையும் தமிழ்நாட்டுக்கு வந்து குடியேறி விவசாய கூலிகளை பார்த்து பிழைப்பு நடத்தி வந்தார்கள் என்றும் இவர் கோயில் வாசலில் தட்டை ஏந்தி நின்று யாசையும் பெற்று தாய்ந்ததுக்கு உதவியாக வாழ்ந்தவர் என்றும். So Siddhar Bhoganathar has explained the life history of Sattai Muni. Apparently it seems he is from Sri Lanka, and the family came to the southern part of India, and he used to go to the temples and get the food from the temples and then give it to his parents, and that is what he was doing for a long time. This is the life history of by Bhoganathar Siddhar of Sattai Muni. இவர் சிறிது காலம் இல்லறத்தில் வாழ்ந்து பின்பு இல்லற வாழ்வை திறந்து வடநாட்டு முனிவர் தவசேவரிடம் உபதேசம் பெற்று அவருடன் வாழ்ந்தவர் என்றும். So apparently it seems he was leading family life. He got married and in family life, and then after some time he went as a Siddha. And Bhogadi Siddha இருந்து Konganavars கருவூராயில் தொடர்பு கொண்டு சிறிது காலம் அகஸ்தியிடம் Siddha இருந்து. So his gurus are many for Sattai Muni. First Konganavars. Konganavars is a Siddha of Tirupati mountain, California. There is a Siddha there. And Karuvar is another Siddha who built the Tanjavur Tanjore temple. So he has connections with them, and all of them have been guru for him. And also Agasthiar. Agasthiar we talked about earlier before. who is also Babaji's guru. He was also guru for Sattai Muni. இவர் எழுதிய பல நூல்கள், many of the books Sattai Muni wrote were so plain language, very simple, and அதனால் இவருக்கு அடமொழியாக இருந்த கைலாய கமல் Sattai Muni என்றும், so he because it was so simple, many of the other siddhas, other 18 siddhas did not like that he wrote so simple. Apparently, it seems they other siddhas threw away and destroyed his many of his poems. And he went to the mountain, and then he was given darshan by Lord Shiva, it seems, in Kailash, and he always wear his woolen bedsheet on the top of him. That's why he's called Kambali Sattai Muni, woolen shirt Siddha. That's why he was called. Apparently, it seems he wrote 1015 songs. The name of the book is Sattai Muni Vadakaviyam. Very rarely people get this book, and we're going to see some of the songs from this. Then we're going to explain a little more on this Sattai Muni. The poem goes like this. வாரான சனங்களுக்கு வைத்து பூதம், மறிவதோ தேவதைக்கு மைந்து பூதம், தேரான மண்டமெல்லாம் மைந்து பூதம், சதாசிவம் நின்றது மைந்து பூதம், ஊரான மோதமெல்லாம் மைத்து பூதம், குறும்பு என்ற எந்தெல்லாம் எல்லாமாச்சு, நீரான விடம் உபதேசித்த நிலையெல்லாம் ஐந்து இடத்துலையும் ஆச்சு. He's talking about the 5-letter word, which is Savayanama. Okay? In 5-letter word, whenever Siddha says, is always Shivaya Nama, or you can also say Nama Shivaya. These are the 5 letters they always talk about. He's telling the importance of those 5 letters. அச்சந்த பொருளே அதிலே கூடி அறிவாளி இருந்து வேதமானாய் முச்செறிந்து விடமிருந்து அதை நின்று முன்னற்று பின்னற்று மணிமயிலாக்கி தேசத்து வழியிரண்டு சக்கரத்தில் வைத்து சிடியரே சக்கரம் சுழன்று ஏறி காய்ச்சதும் பழமிருந்து பட்சி போல கலந்தேற வழி சொல்வேன் காணும் காணே. Okay, again, you look at the third eye with the remembrance of the 5 Namashivaya. Okay, that's what he says. காணப்பா வலுவாக மூலம் பார்த்து கைமுறையை வாசிக்கின்ற ஊதி ஊதி ஊனப்பா சக்கரத்தில் நின்று கொண்டு உத்தமனை நந்தி கண்டால் வாதம் காணும் தோணப்பா விரும்ப வாத்து சொன்னார் சுடுகாட்டில் பணமான சொல்லுங்களுக்கும் மூனப்பா மனத்தினை கண்டாக்கார் சொற்கொடி போல் சுழிந்து திறந்து போலே. This Siddha Sattai Muni asks us to include our pranayam also along with us. Do the pranayam along with this, focus on the third eye. Okay? So just like we always do pranayam, and then we rather do the pranayam after meditation. And the Sattai Muni Siddha is a little bit different. He says, do the meditation and as well as pranayam simultaneously, right? Focusing on that. Again, the technique is the same though. The focusing on third eye is the same thing. So Udi, when you say, when you blow up, that means you are talking about the pranayam. சித்தனால் சித்தமென்று மேற்மாச்சி சித்திருந்து நின்றாள் வசதியாச்சி முத்தான குதம் விட்டால் வாதம் போச்சு மூச்சான வாசி விட்டால் யோகம் போச்சு பத்தான புருவமையும் நோக்காவிட்டால் again புருவ மையம், that means the center of the eyebrow. Again, it's the same thing. வாக்குறது ஞானமெல்லாம் பாழாய் போச்சு அத்தனைமை கட்டியோ வசை போச்சு ஆடுகின்ற ஆட்டமெல்லாம் புதுத்தாட்டே. So all the mind dances of the mind will completely stop if you focus on that place. நினைவாளை நினைவுண்டு மூலம் பாரு நேராக வாழ்தலை மூட்டிப்பாரு நினைவாளை மேல்முத்தில் இருந்து கொண்டு நிற்கும் நிச்சயத்தை நோக்கு நினைவாளை நினைவுண்டு என்ன பண்ணும் நேர்ந்த என்று நாம் உழைக்கின்றேன் வெளிப்பழ மொழியின் பாழு மோக ஒளிப்படையாய் நின்று பாழும் இருக்கின்றேன் நிறுவனத்தார் நிற்கின்றத்தின் பாழும் நேரான மனதுக்கு விட்டதாகி உழைக்கின்றேன் அன்னமயம் பிரணமயமாகி மெய்வி நின்ற மனமயம் ஈர்க்கூடி இறைக்கின்றேன் புவியிடங்கும் ஒன்றாய் நின்ற திறமான விஞ்ஞானமயம் ஆச்சே. Again, he says about focusing with the pranayam on the third eye, and then you will see the light and all the vinyan, all the knowledge, you will get everything. Okay, this is the sample poems of Sattai Muni. Then the explanation for this, it goes like this. இவ்வுலகில் உள்ள மனிதர்கள் வானவ தேவதைகள் இவ்வுலகம் சதாசிவம் பிரபஞ்சம் சித்தர்கள் ஆகிய அனைத்துமே நீர் நெருப்பு கண் மண் காற்று ஆகாயமாக ஐம்பூதம் கூட்டமைத்தான் என்றும் everything in the universe is nothing but the combination of 5 elements, 5 bhutas, right? 5 bhutas, which is water, fire, land, man, air, and akash. Okay, all these are 5. Their combination is the real world. இந்த மூலமான உறுப்புல இருந்து இவற்றுக்கு ஆதாரமான மூச்சின் போக்கினை இருந்து Sattai Muni says the important, the mula or these root of all these 5 elements is breath. Breath is the root of all the elements. So we have to focus on the breath also. மூச்சின் போக்கினை இருந்து அதை அடக்கி மேலேற்று விதமாக கண்கள் இரண்டையும் ஸ்ரீமணி சக்கரத்தில் வைக்க பண்ணி பழத்தை பட்சியானது பார்ப்பது போன்று. So when a bird wants to get their fruit, it focuses its eyes towards the fruit, right? Same way, this Siddha says, focus your eyes towards the fruit of the third eye, fruit of the eyebrow center. இவ்வாறு இருப்பதால் மூலாதாரமானது வெளியாகி ஸ்ரீமணி திறக்கும். According to Siddha, when you do that, the energy in the Muladhara, we call that Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini Shakti will rise towards the third eye. Okay? And your third eye will open. So don't talk too much on this, as we others said. Focus on this only, then you will get the complete knowledge and enlightenment. இவ்வாறு முறையான சாதனை மூலம் சித்தியில் இடந்தோடு சித்தர் என்று பெயர் பெறுவர். So this is how all the siddhas attain the knowledge. அவ்வாறு தினம் விந்தினை உயர்த்தி மூச்சு நோட்டங்களை அறிந்து வெளியிலை சுழிமணியையும் பார்த்து பெற்றாவிட்டால் யோகம் ஞானம் பிரதமாகுது. He says there is no other way. It's the only way. If you don't do it, you won't get enlightenment. You won't get the jyoti in your third eye. இவ்வாறு இருப்பதால் தான் அகங்காரம் அழியும் என்றும் மேலும் மேலும் இவ்வாறு பேசுவதால் மட்டுமே சிறியாகத்தில் கூடப்பட்ட 5 விதமான கோஷங்களையும் இருந்து அதை வென்று நிர்கலமான நிலை முடியும். So one of the important thing is the Hoamai lesson in Kriya Yoga. Remember that we talked about Annamaya Kosham, Manomaya Kosham, Pranamaya Kosham, Jnanamaya Kosham, Anandamaya Kosham. Different kind of the body, the Stula body, Shukshma body, Karya body, Karna body, Mahakarna body. So there's all these bodies we can transcend only through this kind of meditation. It's very, very important. Then he says, Annamaya Kosham, Itadukal Kunda Udalayim, Pranamaya Kosham, Rendadukal Kunda Swasanlayim, Manomaya Kosham, Itadukal Kunda Shushama Selvatnim, Jnanamaya Kosamai, Arivan Arayan Tarakunda, Rendadukal Karandi, who are Kankali Millet, Shumi Nikaviti, Adanmulam Swasaman Wooding, Anmum and Imbuzan, Anman Judaism, Shumi. As I said before, there are different types of body will be transcended, and ultimately we see the light. Agasthiar, Bhoganathar, Karurar, Konganavars are in Chitran Muzuma Katunandi, Kailana, Seberman, Nanberk Patramaki, Marble Rishili, what is this? Lipidia Kuraput machine Likandi, Kovamuti Kritari Malav, Kumi, Murali Kuri, Manisima is in the Levandim with the Kaka. They were so all the siddhas, particularly Sattai Muni Siddha, who explain very clearly in plain language, also talks about the same kind of meditation. Okay, same kind of meditation, third eye meditation. Okay, this is Sattai Muni Maharshi. So the next Siddha we are going to talk about. See, I think Babaji gives us a chance to have a taste of all the 18 Siddhas. Remember, in particularly in the southern part of India, we have a tradition that all the 18 Siddhas are still living. And people know that many of the temples are specifically related to the 18 Siddhas. Say, for example, as I said, Bhoganathar Siddha is for Parani, Lord Shiva, Lord Muruga statue is there. In Chidambaram, we have Ishwar, Lord Shiva's dancing pose there. And there you have Tirumula there. Then also in Tirupati temple, we have Konganavars Siddha is also there. So the next Siddha we're going to see is Konganavars Siddha. Konganavars Siddha is in Jiva Samadhi in Tirupati. Okay, and also Patanjali Siddha. Patanjali we gave us the Patanjali Sutras. Remember, he is in Rameshwaram as Jiva Samadhi. So all these 18 Siddhas have 18 places in southern part of India. They are still in Jiva Samadhi. They are supposed to be living, and when you deeply meditate, you're supposed to feel that. Just like Mahada Babaji is still living in Kailash. All the rest of the Siddhas here, they're all in Jiva Samadhi. Babaji is in Badrinath. Yeah. Babaji had never attained Jiva Samadhi. Babaji is Charuba Samadhi. He says Swarupa Samadhi is Samadhi with his physical body. The physical body itself is still there, and he can move with the physical body, and also he can move with the light body also. So he can create his body anytime from the light. And many other people who have seen Babaji in Kailash, many places, they have seen bright light. Then at the center, as Babaji sitting there. Then he moves around, and then once he comes to a particular place, close to you or some place, then you can see this full form completely, bright light. As people have seen it, and also there are a lot of evidences for that. Anyway, what do you think, Kongana Maharshi? You want to say it, or can you finish it? It's not that big. It's only 2 pages. Okay, so let's finish that, and then we'll go from there. So Konkana Maharshi, as I said before, he is a Siddha in Jiva Samadhi in Tirupati. As all of you know, Tirupati is famous for all the people who want money, right? And people who with businesses and everything, they go and give the money to Lord Venkateshwara in Tirupati. In fact, the people say Lord Venkateshwara's statue is on the top of the Jiva Samadhi of Konganavars. He's the one who is giving the energy and all this stuff. And as Kriya Yogis, we strongly believe in Jiva Samadhi. So if you happen to go there, you can remember Konganavars Maharshi and pray him. Same thing if you happen to go to Parani and remember Bhoganathar Shiv. And the same if you go to Chidambaram, you can remember Tirumula, and so on and so forth. So Tirupati is very popular Jiva Samadhi of Konganavars, Kongana Siddha. Bhogana Maharshi வாழ்ந்த காலம் சரியாக கணக்கிடப்படவில்லை. திருவள்ளுவர் வாழ்ந்த காலம் என்றும் திருமழிசை வாழ்ந்த காலம் என்றும் இருக்கத்துள்ளன. So we don't know exact age time in which Konganavars lived, but as he say, the related contemporary of Tiruvulluvar. Tirukkural is one of the famous poems. Many of you might have heard of it. So he is a contemporary of that time. இவர் பெற்றோர் இரும்பு கலங்கள் செய்து பிழைத்தவர் என்றும் நற்பண்பு கொண்ட பிற்காலத்தில். So apparently it seems that his parents, Konganavars' parents, were making the iron pots. So apparently it seems Konganavars also made this kind of career. He was making the iron pots and live with that business. So he was in family life for some time, married life for some time. Then he went to Siddha's connections, and he went to Mount Kailash and meditated for a long period of time. And many of the Siddhas talk about this Kongana Maharshi, very, very powerful. A lot of Siddhis have been quoted for him. Your Boha Maharshi Shidarawa, he is a disciple of Bhoganathar, one of the disciples, just like Mahata Babaji is one of the disciples of Bhoganathar. Konganavars is also one of the disciples of Bhoganathar. Ivar Boha Maharshin Sinu Sidaravar, Ivar Eldi Nuzul Mihum Virvanavai. So a very, very intellectual and high knowledgeful books were written by him. Ivar Til Nadukandam Kadaikandam. There are 2 important books written by Kongana Maharshi called Nadukandam and Kadaikandam. There he talks about a deathless life, Iravana life, deathless life, and how we can attain it. Okay, all those details he has given in the book. And of course, he has talked about this first level meditation that takes us to deathless life. Prune Sarpadi Kangale Milnoki, Kesari Mitra, Prumete Patpadi, Pachian, the Padati Patpadi Bol, Patur. The same thing he is also telling in the rest of the poems, that you have to look at the third eye like as a bird looking at the fruit upwards. Okay, the same thing he's also saying. So let's see the poems and then the explanation. நோக்குவது எல்லாம் என்று எண்ண வேண்டாம், நுட்பத்தை சொல்லுகிறேன் நன்றாய் கேளு. நோக்குவது புருமையை மேல் நின்று நுகராத கீழ்மூலம் குண்டலையை பாரு. நோக்குவது நறுமூல கண்டத்தை பாரு. நோக்குவது எற்றினும் கருவுங்கானும். நோக்குவது தமிழ் மேலே பாரு. நூல் போட்ட மெனியை போல் வெளியுமாமே. When we noku means looking at. Okay, nokam is looking at. So make sure you look at the third eye like a bird watching the fruit. Very, very focused. காட்டாமை உலகத்தில் பார்த்தேயானால் கடுமரத்திலிருந்து 5 கொம்பில் தேடி மூட்டான எதிமன பழத்தை கண்டு முகத்திலிருந்து மக்கு மூலயோகம் நீட்டான குருசலத்தில் இருந்தாயானால் நிலையான குருமையை கும்பில் நின்று காட்டான பட்சியை போல் பழத்தின்பான் சாதமா கேசரி முத்திரையை காட்டே. So just like a bird looking at the fruit at the tip of the tree, right? You look at your third eye, and Keshari Mudra. Keshari Mudra is same thing. What the same mudra we were talking about? Focusing the eyes towards the third eye, and so with that you see the light. You can see the light, very focused way. குறியான லட்சியம் தான் மூலத்திலே பொய்கைகள் நேசையால் குடிப்பாரு நெறியான கீழ்மூலம் பள்ளீர் என்றால் நெற்றென்று என்று மூலம் காணும் பிரியான நடுமூலம் கண்டம் நின்றால் புரிகிறது 12 நாளும் காணும் கரியான மேல்மூலம் துருவ நடுங்கால் மக்களே துவாதேசத்தின் வழியோட அரே. If you focus on that, you will get the light palir, palich. That means the light will come as a bright light, right? Something so bright, very cool. It's not, it won't be warm. It is very, very cool light. That is the enlightenment. ஆண்டிருந்த மௌனத்தை சுழிநிலை ஆண்டுகின்ற வழிமார்க்கம் வாசி பார்த்தேன் பூண்டிருந்த மனதை ஒட்டி பார்த்தேன் பூமையின் திறந்து போனேன் மெயிலின் போலை தாண்டிடுமே சமையை கற்றுக்கொண்டேன் சஞ்சரிக்க மாற்றிட்டு அறிவி வந்தேன் தூண்டினை விளக்கொழி சுற்றி கொண்டேன் கற்பதங்கை கொண்டேன் தேர்வு கொன்றவே. Siddha says he himself did the same thing. I just like in the candle light, you put the light there and then you try to move a little bit the rope, whatever you have, right at the center. The big of the lamp, right? With sun, just like that. You look at the focus on the lamp of the third eye. That's what he says. Okay, lamp of the third eye, and you will feel like as though the wick is moving a little bit. Okay, when you do that. மென்றேதான் சரிகுமுறை கிரியை கொண்டு கெற்றிலை மிரதை கையெல்லாம் தொன்லை மேசியை கேசரியை கண்டு. Again, it's the same kind of கேசரி முத்ரா. தெளிந்தேனை அனந்தனை அறிவிலுட்டி ஒன்றையதன் பொருள் சொம்மனாத ஓஹோ மூன்றும் ஒன்றாக உணிப்பாரே இன்றையதான் காட்டி என்ன சொல்வேன் உள்ளடியே விழுவுதானே. மூன்று தானே பாரு. That means 2 eyes and the third eye. So there's 2 eyes should look at the third eye very focusedly. And then look at your breath also. Focus on the breath along with the looking at the eyes. மேலான விசித்து வழி மார்க்கம் என்ன இன்னாக்கு குருமையும் ஆகுமப்பா காலான தவிடத்து சிமுனையாகும் கண்ணாடி ஒளி கண்டால் மோட்சமாச்சு சேலான குருவித்து தந்து கொண்டு இச்சு வைக்கும் வேலை வைத்தல் மௌனம் சொல்வார் மாலான மாயிர் ஆசை விட்டு மண்டாளம் குருவிடத்து சொர்க்கம் தானே. So if you are going to see the third eye like this, then you will see the light and all your karmas will go away. And the light which your guru is always talking about, you will see and you will be part and parcel of it. சொர்க்கபதம் காண்பதற்கு வழியே சொல்லும் சுழுமையின் மூக்குணி பிரகாசிக்கும் விற்குமதி செய்யாதே கண் தூங்காதே கலியாதே மெலியாதே சாபியாதே காக்க ஒன்று கக்கிஷன் கஷ்டகர்மம் கஷ்டமென்று போகாதே சாகாதே கேள். So if you focus on this third eye and the Shrivanai will open, the third eye will open for you and it has a bright light. And don't argue with people that you have seen it and everybody can see. Don't argue with other people. Many people won't see it. But don't get tired of not getting it. You'll definitely get one day. Kadinamantu pohade. Just because it's difficult, don't leave it. Sahade. So don't die. If you do this continuously, this kind of practice, you will never die. So don't die like normal people. You are a Kriya Yogi Siddhi. You are a Siddha follower. So don't die. So die with awareness. That's what they say. Atman, which never dies, you will be with the awareness. You'll be there. That is the deathless life. Deathless life will be possible for you to do the first level meditation, focusing on the third eye meditation, the Keshari Mudra, right? So that's what he's talking about. சொர்க்கம் என்று கூறப்படும் முக்தி நிலை அடைய மூக்கின் மேல் நீங்கள் மனதையும் பார்வையை சேர்ப்பது விடாமல் சலிக்காமல் செய். When people say heaven, hell, and all those stuff, if you want to really go to heaven, enjoy the pleasures, he's saying this is the only meditation that is possible. When he say heaven, he is also talking about the complete moksha, mukti, right? Moksha or mukti, completely possible only through this meditation. He's also talking about same meditation he learned from Agasthiar, Konganavars, or even with this meditation only. Lord Shiva's darshan he got in Kailash. And from there he went back to southern part of India and he got Jiva Samadhi in Tirupati. with mountain is still living still today. Okay, so that is Konganavars songs. I think it's time I will stop here. And the next Siddha will see Yogi Munivar. We'll see next class. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, go. Deepika ji, how are you? You're there.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Many of the poems in Tamil, so I had to translate with the poems. Hope we understand. He's talking about mainly the meditation part, third eye meditation,
Yes.
how important
Yes.
it is and everything. So that is one of the important discovery of Siddhas, the third eye meditation. So it's very, very important. And they say you can see the light and you see the enlightenment as possible. That is why Lord Shiva is in Jyotirlinga. When you say Jyoti, Jyotirlinga, it is nothing but the light you see in your third eye, is the same Jyotirlinga. And according to Siddhas, we can see the
While
Jyotirlinga.
you were explaining, I was trying to
Focus
do
there.
it.
Okay. Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Any questions there for you?
No.
Okay. Very good.
All
Very
good. Thank you.
Very welcome. Glad to see you. Nidataji, you have any question?
No questions.
Okay. You're clear, right? We are repeating the same thing again and again with the Siddhas.
No, but it's very important. So.
Absolutely important.
Right.
Yes, the only one thing I knew from Siddha's discovery and contribution, the world is explaining the third eye so clearly. So clearly, location, how it is, and amazing information. Nobody else teaches that much. That's it. And most of the attainments and achievements they got only by third eye meditation. And that is why culture, we have this Bindi concept. Okay, the concept, which is very, very
men, women, both of them.
Yeah, even the men also. In the olden days, even men were using, and after prayer, they're supposed to have the tilak in the forehead. You can see many of the people in the olden days always with the tilak in the forehead. And yes, it's very important. Anyway, so as Nitaji said, even though it is repetitive, it is very, very important.
Yes, Sattai also mentioned about the 8 and 2 and 8 and 2.
Yeah,
the one that we were talking earlier with. It's like all of them have experienced it and they have saying the same.
Everybody got this as a lesson from other Siddhas, practice and attain deathless life. So that is why these 18 Siddhas are always together, because they all got this and they are examples of how it can be attained. And even as you know, all of you know, Mahatma Babaji's gurus are also Siddhas, and mentioned 18 Siddhas. And possibility still exists for us. We practice them and Babaji's guidance. It's all possibility. And do not think these are all only theoretical possibilities. These are real Jiva Samadhi and deathless life and moksha within this birth. All of these are possible, absolutely possible. Okay, if you intensely practice.
Even now, you have Siddhas living, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There is always one Siddha present. You always.
Right
now it is Mauna Siddha.
The Mauna Siddha.
The Mukupudi Siddha was there before, but he attained Samadhi. So right now I was watching something. There's Mauna Siddha. The reason I'm saying is because Kartikeya is coming. Deepam is coming on 19th of this month, which is Friday. So
Babaji is born that time only.
Oh, you're born.
Yeah, but by the way, November 30 is Babaji's birthday. It's coming. Babaji's birthday, so we'll do some celebration that weekend. Do you know what day is coming? November 30?
I think it is it's a Tuesday. Yeah, it is a Tuesday.
So we'll do
28 is Thanksgiving. 28 is Thanksgiving. I mean, that's the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, Thanksgiving weekend.
25th is Thanksgiving.
Right. No, I know, but that's the Thanksgiving weekend, right?
Will be the Sunday.
Yeah, that's Sunday of that Thanksgiving.
Right.
So we'll do a little bit of a prayer on 30th, but we'll do a little more prayer on the Sunday, following Sunday. Right. So Sunday will be what day? What date? Huh?
28th.
28th. So, okay, so 28th we'll do some little bit of a prayer, and as we do, as also, I want to mention that wherever Babaji is present, when we talk about Siddhas, Babaji apparently it seems he promised his disciples that he'll also listen to us. Okay, and we'll do a little bit of puja also that day, and continuing our lectures daily for Babaji's presence. Okay, and at least in our intellectual way, as he was giving darshan to us in so many Sundays. Okay, so again, November 30th, Babaji's birthday. Remember that. If you can do a little bit of prayer for Guru that day, please go ahead and do it. And that following Sunday, we'll do a little bit of celebrations. We are going to. Okay. Anything else? Okay, with that, let's do Shavya Nama. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Navasima. Mavayana Sisiyana Vashimayana Om Shivayana Shivayana Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you, Devika. Thank you, Sergey. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, Dhiksa. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye.
You too, everyone.
Bye, everybody.